Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dishonored. So this is my new video series. This is a new game, but it's an old classic game and I've never played it before, and I've just got into this the last few days. It's on the Games Pass. It's a fantastic game. I would definitely recommend it to anyone looking for something to do. So what I'm doing here, this is the second main mission, High Overseer Campbell, and I'm taking down a high-ranking official who is responsible for the death of the Empress. He's part of the administration that brought her down, and as my job as an assassin is to firstly clear my name and take revenge on the people that framed me and killed my friend. I was the Lord Protector, the highest ranking bodyguard for the Empress, and she was killed in front of me. And one of my jobs and one of my missions now is to go into this heavily armoured compound and take out the High Overseer, who's one of the key figures in that administration. And I've got to find his secret chamber, and it's not simple. This is kind of like Assassin's Creed if Assassin's Creed was set in first person and you were playing in the present day. Let's imagine how that's what it would look like. One of my favourite things about this game is that you have the freedom to do things any way you want. There's no real guidance. You're told do this or do that, go here and get that or whatever, and it's up to you how you do it. And that's the freedom of a really good open world game. And what comes with that is that as you're learning, you're a beginner. I'm not very good at the stealth mechanics. I haven't quite mastered them yet, so this being only the second mission I've done, I'm going in quite loud, and it's probably not the best way to do it, but there is an element of stealth to it, you know, looking through keyholes, figuring out who's coming where, and hiding in corners, waiting for them, and deciding where and when to strike certain players. And for example, this dude here, the captain, he's got a key which I want to get hold of some stuff, so I had an option to spare him because one of my colleagues, one of the rebels, asked me to survive, to let him survive this, and because she was his niece, I think, and you know, it doesn't work for me. I need that key. So you have these choices to make. It's a proper role-playing game, and these guys are very savage. Once you do alert these guards, pretty much it's going to be over very quickly. And you can see here, as I said, I'm going in quite loud using my gun. The later missions I've done, I've definitely mastered going in and not making so much noise and being largely undetected for the majority of the mission. Using the save function, there's a great save function on this. You can manually save the game at any point. I would definitely recommend doing that. I've been relying on that a lot because you never know where your auto save is taking effect. You can kind of see it on the screen, but you don't take notice of it, and that's the last thing I want, is to complete a certain area or get to a certain point. And I'm really taking my time with this as well, and moving around the building very slowly, figuring out exactly what I can pick up. And again, in the early missions, I'm really not concentrating on where the runes are and the bone charms and the things that you probably want to collect throughout the game. I think maybe a second playthrough on some of these earlier missions might be advised for me to just pick up everything that's around, because I really didn't know what I was doing the first time I started playing this. But of course now, having done some of the later missions in the game, I've really been grinding this the last few days. I've now learnt to sort of hang around and pick things up. It took me a while actually to find out where this guy was, because the arrow's pointing down below, so I knew he was underground, but I thought I was on the lower floor, and there is actually a staircase that takes you down to his secret chamber. And of course it's all over pretty quick once you get down there. There's no one with him, he's on his own. I didn't realise actually that there's probably a painting in here which I can collect, which belongs to one of the other guys that I'm working with. All this kind of stuff that I'm kind of picking up afterwards. But that was essentially the main mission here, is to take out that dude. And then of course take as much stuff as you can from his office. I'm kind of getting to grips as well with reading as much of the content that the game is showing me. There's a lot of books and things like that, notes. Again, very much like Assassin's Creed, and I think Assassin's Creed learnt a lot from Bethesda games. I think that they really would have looked at games like this when they were putting together probably the last several Assassin's Creed games. And I really think that reading some of this stuff can seem a bit overwhelming sometimes. There's really quite a lot of content, but I do try to stop and take in what I'm being shown, because I think, well, somebody's taken the time to create this and put this content together, and there must be a reason for it. So it really helps to enrich the game experience if you can read that. And of course, taking down the High Overseer is not the only part of this mission. Just simply getting into the building and then getting back out and finding your colleague Samuel and the boat is part 2 and 3 of the mission, if you like. Part 1 and 3 of the mission, really. The bit in the middle is the main thing that you're doing. Obviously, that's the easy part. The hard part is actually getting yourself to and inside the building, and then finding a safe route out and avoiding all the guards. But it's really a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and I'll be back with another one very soon.